everyone, my name is V, and welcome back to another video. Today we have a brand new set in Master Duel we are checking out for the NR format. We did this last time. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend going and checking it out. Cutter Shark's one stinking good card, and already limited on the ban list. But we're not talking about Cutter Shark today, we're talking about even more fish support. Anyway, let's get into the video. I do want to say though, by the way, I have seen these cards. I am not going into this blind. I want to be able to inform all of you. So, my opinions are with some discussion with some actual competitive NR players, because I do not have the time to play it competitively, and those people know way more than I do. So without further ado, we have Man-to-Man, the Ultra Human. Cannot be tributed or destroyed by battle while face up on the field. If your opponent controls a face-up card you own, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if it was normal or special summon this turn, you can place it on the bottom of the deck, then return face-up card on the field you own to your hand. This card's not good. This card's really, really not good. Like, your opponent, maybe your opponent steals something with Primite Howl, and it's like, This card's a level 7 light psychic. You can get this doing, like, Mechanites. This card's really not that good. If it was return any card, it'd still be bad, but it would still have a purpose. But the problem is that Primite Howl, if you don't know what it does, you can steal a monster your opponent controls for their turn. They're going to steal your card, and either it goes back to you at the end of the turn, or it's going to be sent for like a high rate draw or a dark factory of more production, which can send monsters you control that you don't have to own. So this card is really like not necessary and not that good. But we move on to Poseidra, the Storming Atlantean. This card, I like this card. While you control a monster except this card, your opponent monsters cannot target this card for attacks. You can send one other water from your hand or face up field to the graveyard, special summon this card from the hand. If it's normal or special summon, you can send an Atlantean or Mermail monster from your deck to the graveyard, target a card your opponent controls, and return it to the hand. Now, I really like this card because it's self-contained. If you notice that last effect, you don't have to send a monster other than this, so you can just send another copy of this. If you get this card, it's in a water deck. It is a very easy, high attack, beat stick water monster. You can use it for link plays, you can use it just to attack with, and on summon it bounces a card by sending another copy of itself, which is really, really nice, especially if you're playing in like mill strategies that already have stuff going to the graveyard. You can take great advantage of this, because this doesn't even have to be summoned by its effect. If you just revive it with like a double hooking, you can send an Atlantean or a Mermail and trigger another bounce, which is nice. We have Evil Hero Infernal Rider. If it's normal or special summon, you can add a Dark Fusion from deck or grave to hand. We don't have Dark Fusion in this format, which is why another of these cards are really interesting to me. You can banish this card and 4 other monsters, set a Super Poly from your deck until the end of your opponent's turn. You cannot special summon except Hero. Also, you can fusion summon monsters that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion with effects other than Dark Fusion. We can't really use this card. Not very well, at least, which is a little frustrating. But we can at least... Actually, do we? We don't have Dark Fusion. Right? That's an SR. No, we do not have Dark Fusion. Just to check. So this card's not that good, sadly. But then we have Mermail King Neptibus. 2+ monsters, including a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster. This card's really easy to make. Your opponent cannot target waters. This card points to with card effects. And then if a water is sent to graveyard to activate a card or effect, you can take an Abyss equip spell from your deck or grave and add it to your hand or equip it to this card. Very, very strong effect. And then if it's destroyed while it's in its owner's possession, you can add an Atlantean or a Mermail from deck to hand, which is really nice for searching your Poseidras. You can really, like, I love that Mermail and Atlantean are working really well. We've got, like, fire water in the NR format at this point, which you'll see why I say the fire part in a moment. We have Abyss Sting Triana, which is a special summon from hand or grave of an Atlantean or a Mermail, including the Link 3 that could have been destroyed once you searched it. And then, if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. You can banish this card, target up to 3 of your fish, sea, or aqua monsters that are banished in your graveyard, and shuffle them into the deck. This card's like pretty good, all things considered. The Abyss equipped spells I don't believe are actually very good. This one is a negate on resolution of a monster effect. That card's actually not bad. We have negate of a spell and negate of a trap. I believe that's it. So, actually, maybe Abyss Scale of the Kraken could see some play, or trap cards are pretty strong in this format. It also gives it 800 attack, which is really, really nice. So, definitely a good card. Very, very good card, and very easy to summon. You just need to play a fish package, which is not hard to do. You have Dark Contact, which this is why I am so happy Dark Contact is in this format because it can fusion summon treating as Dark Fusion. So you use your field, graveyard, or banishment to summon a Dark Fusion Evil Hero Fusion monster, and it's treated as being summoned with Dark Fusion, or you can add Supreme King's Castle or Dark Fusion, we don't have Dark Fusion, from your deck to your hand. And if you don't know what Supreme King's Castle does, where is it? Down here. This is what we had to do to fuse for Dark Fusion heroes. You can fusion summon fusion monsters that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion with effects other than Dark Fusion. We don't need this as much anymore with Dark Contact, because what Dark Contact allows us to do is just that. Fusion using it as Dark Fusion. And we have a very new card coming up right over here, and you'll see that in a moment. Double Wild. Target one level 5 or lower monster you control, add a level 10 monster from your deck to your hand with the same original type, then you can discard one card and special summon one monster from your hand with that same type in defense position. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn if this card resolves except monsters with that original type. I don't know what this does. I don't know what level 10 monsters we have in this format, although the only card shining in my head, not that it's good, I want to be clear, this is not good, but Darkness Neosphere, can this card be summoned? Except, nope, okay, it can't. I don't know what level 10 monsters we have in this format. Let me just pull it up. Oh, we have the big illusion guy. We have the big illusion stinker. Okay, then. Well, that's something, I suppose, for illusion decks, which is cool. I like that illusion decks are a thing, even if they are stinking annoying to play against sometimes, because all of them are battle immune. But anyway, we have Abyss Steam. Draw cards equal to the number of different monster types among the monsters you control that are fish, sea serpent, or aqua. Also, until the end of the next turn, you're locked into waters. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you face up water you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard. You can banish this card out of Mermail from grave or banishment to hand. Okay, wow. That first effect's pretty cool. It's like the big cattle drive, if y'all know what that is. It's the tri-type Beast, Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast. But this is a trap card. I don't know if this card will see play, but it is good. I don't want to be very wrong, but I also know that like cards like this, there's already good drawing cards, so maybe this will see play. I don't know. But then we have Argostar Slayer Ateo, and you don't need to look at this card twice to question why it's good. That first line of text, you don't even have to read if it's a trap monster, which yeah, you can summon it as a trap monster if you want to, and then bounce a card. But, and then put it back in the back row. Oh my gosh, this is annoying to deal with. Warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, what you can do with Slayer Ateo is you can just activate it. And there's this little handy deck called Infernoble, which is filled with warrior monsters, which is really strong. We have 2 Argostars traps, we'll get to the other one in a second, but Slayer Ateo is very good. You have Yarn Greeper. This card's limited, because it says the first time each warrior you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, it's not. This card's really good. This card is also extremely good. It protects all of your warriors from destruction effects. And then it can also, when your opponent activates a card effect, special summon it, and then, oh, I see, the bounce is only if you have a banished Argostars monster. Okay, well we don't have that, but you can at least summon it if you need to. Then, Evil Hero Darkest Night. 1 Fiend and 1 Warrior. Monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the total original attack of the monsters used for this card's fusion summon, can make a second attack during each battle phase, and if the special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by an opponent's card, you can target 1 Fiend or Warrior in your grave, special summon it in defense position. Now, sadly, this card cannot special summon itself, but it can be really funny. And I don't know if this card will see play outside of an Evil Hero strategy, but this card is really funny to me. And it's really easy to make, too. And you only need to make it up to 3,000 attack, which is not as high of a threshold as you think when you're using 2 monsters. Because this card just clears 2 monsters, then dealing 3,200 damage. Not bad. I find this card very funny, and this is why I'm happy we got Dark Contact, so we can actually summon it. But then we have Grand Knight of the Red Lotus. Cannot be normal set, must be special summon from your hand or grave by shuffling up to 3 non-effect monsters from your grave into the extra deck. Really good non-effect. You can recycle your Monks of the Tenyi. Tenyi is one of those strategies in our format that just kind of pops up every now and then, but it can shuffle back your Monks, which is really, really useful, because you only get 3 of them, but you use Monk a lot in Tenyi. Then, if summoned this way, it gains 800 attack for each normal monster. That's not going to matter if you're using Monks of the Tenyi, but normal monsters themselves are things for like the Primite traps. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster on the field and 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard. Destroy the monster on the field. special summon the other monster from your graveyard. So that's really good as well. It's just a pop if you have a non-effect in grave. So if I have, I don't know, 2 Monks of the Tenyi in the grave, not hard to set up by the way, you special summon this by shuffling one of them, and then you, what is it? And then you summon the other back by popping a monster on the field, which is really good. You can even pop your own if you really need to. Maybe Unchained Tenyi. That's a joke. That's a joke, I think. And then we have Evil Hero Vicious Claws. I want to direct everyone here, before I read this, to the last line of text that says, once per duel. This card, in effect, is Soul Scissors. Outside of Evil Hero, this card is Soul Scissors. If you don't know what Soul Scissors is, it is a very good mill card. It is a level 2 fiend that says if a monster on the field is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field, and then if it's special summoned from the grave, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. This card's very good. Soul Scissors is a very good card in fiend-based mill decks. This is not that. This is a very similar effect, but the issue is 2 things. 1, Vicious Claws is level 7, not level 2. It's more offensive, but it's not a level 2 to be able to make rank 2s like Mannequin Cat. And 2, you have to have a monster in your grave that mentions Dark Fusion to destroy a card. This card is not at all good in what you think it might be. You have to read it very closely to realize, though, which is not always easy for Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, but it's alright. Evil Hero Vicious Claws is pretty neat in Evil Hero strategies. We have Firestorms over Atlantis. Now, this is why I said Fire-Water format, because if you notice, we have Infernoble support, and we have Mermail Atlantean support, which is not what Fire-Water format was historically, but I'm just calling it that for funsies and titles. And here, we have Firestorms over Atlantis, discard 1 water monster to the graveyard, target face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Very good effect, very easy pop, very nice. Destroy a fire monster in your hand, then draw 1 card. Those are the 2 options. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your grave, target level 7 or 8 water or fire monster in your graveyard, special summon it. I wonder, what level 7 water could you want to summon with this? There's probably others, actually, to be completely honest. But this one, you want to summon Poseidra. You want to summon the new Poseidra. It is so good to just summon it over and over. Next, we have Hydor, the base of all things. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, this card may seem innocuous at first glance. Target a monster in either graveyard, destroy a water monster on the associated field, and special summon that target to that field. This card's crazy in Goatee, in Fish, in anything water-based. You can use it to summon back a Laundry Dragon Maid, which, if you don't know, is one of the main starters for mill decks. You can use it to special summon back most fish, most anything you play in a water deck, because this is not level specific. And you can use it in your graveyard too, by the way. It's the exact same effect in the graveyard. You want to know what else you can summon with this? That I'm so happy that you can. It was always Super Quant. It was always going to be Super Quant. It was never anything but Super Quant for me. Always. You have to expect it. And anyway, we're moving on now. We're moving on, because otherwise I'm going to start screaming. Next, we have Argo Star's Swift Campaign. While this card is faced in the spell and trap zone, warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. This card's crazy. Maybe not as crazy as I think it is. This card's good. This card is blanket battle immunity for an entire type. Very strong. Very strong card. No question about it. Very strong card. I don't know if it will actually see play, because I don't know if the format is like more battle based or effect based, but I am going to guess that this card will see play. At least soon, if not right the stink now. But anyway, moving on, we have Dark Supremacy. Target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Dark Fusion and spells that mention in your graveyard, negate their effects. Okay, it's a negate if you have something like Dark Contact or something. And then if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it, then target up to 5 heroes in your grave or banishment, shuffle them into the deck. Okay, I think this card's interesting in Evil Hero, because in Evil Hero, you could probably... I wonder if you could play like Evil Hero Mill and like send the Vicious Claws, send the Dark Contacts, send the field spells, and then you get a double negate. I don't know if that matters, but I just find it interesting to theorize. Anyway, we have Fiendsmith Kiri as our final card. This card's not good in this format, because we don't have any good light fiends, as far as I'm aware. Not enough to warrant playing this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion, summon a Fiendsmith Fusion. We don't have any of those. This turn, your Light Fiends cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage you take becomes half. That's nice on its own, because it halves your battle damage. There are other cards that can cut off battle damage. I could see this card... The problem is that this isn't a graveyard. Historically, what is it? Rise to Full Height is the card that decks would play mill decks. They would play the mill decks would play this to summon, to target a monster and then just cut off a battle phase. It's so strong, it's banned. Because the mill decks just, if they needed a turn, they would get it. So, I'm not as hooked on Fiendsmith Curie, but what Light Fiends do we have? Light... We didn't even get Dipsy. Deep Sea? Whatever it's called. Dippity. That's what it is. Fiend. Nope. Fiend. There we are. We have a couple. But nothing warranting any sort of, like, build around, except maybe Magnum Turbo. If y'all remember the day I accidentally started an allegiance in the NR format, let's put it that way. But anyway, I am very happy with this pack, but also not happy. See, here's the thing. A lot of these cards are already bolstering the very, very strong Fish and Mill, and Infernoble wasn't, like, the top of the top, but it's also a very prominent strategy in general. Already bolstering the strong decks. Even more, we're going to have to wait around to see what new cards come in that can hopefully bolster the power of other decks as well. But for now, I'm going to be tinkering with some Evil Hero. I'm going to be tinkering with Hydor in Super Quants, because of course I am. It's me. And other than that, I hope y'all have a great day, everyone. Peace.